This week on Granite State Challenge, Merrimack High School takes on Nashua High School South. Only one team will advance. Granite State Challenge starts now.
Major funding for the production of Granite State Challenge is provided by Unitil. Additional funding provided by NEA New Hampshire, Safety Insurance, New Hampshire Lottery, DF Richard Energy, HRCU, Cognia, and viewers like you. Thank you. Get ready. It's time for New Hampshire high schools to match wits in a high-stakes scholastic showdown. It's time for Granite State Challenge. Here's your host, John Cannon.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Granite State Challenge. We are in the semifinal round of our 40th season, and we've got two teams here who have won their way to this point, and they're going to do battle to see who punches their ticket to the finale. Let's introduce them to you. First up, we have the team from Merrimack High School. They are led by junior captain Jack. Jack is joined by senior Connor, as well as junior Eris and junior Allie. Their alternates are Rainier, a junior, and Keyshawn, a sophomore. And the team is coached by Sarah Campbell and Liz Dumais. And waiting to take them on is the team from Nashua High School South. They are led by senior captain Shri. Shri is joined by senior Karito, senior Keshav, and sophomore Curtis. Their alternates are senior Rishi and sophomore Ditya, and their team is coached by Lex Duval. Those are the teams, but we do also want to introduce our judge. Of course, with us again is Ann Belanger. All right, introductions are out of the way. Teams, go ahead and grab those signaling devices because we're going to play the game. And you know we play in 4 rounds. Round 1, we're going to do some 10-point toss-ups. So Merrimack, Nashua South, good luck. Here we go. A conference establishing the World Bank and the International Monetary Fund was held in this New Hampshire hotel in 1944. Allie of Merrimack.
The Mount Washington Hotel?
Correct. The fennec fox is the national animal of this North African country. In fact, their national soccer team is known as Les Fennecs. Carito of Nashua South.
Algeria.
Correct. What baseball team defeated the Pittsburgh Pirates in 1903 to win the first modern World Series? Jack of Merrimack.
The Red Sox?
That's right. Mildred Gillars, known as Axis Sally, worked for Nazi Germany and disseminated propaganda in Germany during World War II. She was captured in Berlin and in 1949 became the first woman convicted of this crime against the United States. Connor of Merrimack.
Treason.
Correct. In Switzerland, this body of water is known as Lac Léman. In English, we call it this. Curtis of Nashua South. Lake Geneva is correct. This cold soup from Spain is made with stale bread, tomatoes, cucumbers, onions, bell peppers, garlic, and olive oil. Connor of Merrimack.
Gazpacho.
Yes. Teams, how many rings are there in the Olympic logo? Curtis of Nashua South.
5.
That's right. This small organ found beneath your left ribs next to the stomach is part of your immune system and works as a filter for your blood. Curtis of Nashua South.
Appendix.
Sorry, no. Merrimack? Eris?
Gallbladder?
No, it is the spleen. The spleen. This Baroque composer is best known for works like Water Music, Music for the Royal Fireworks, and Messiah. Eris of Merrimack.
Handel?
Handel is right. During the summer, this desert valley in the Mojave Desert in Eastern California is one of the hottest places in the world. Jack of Merrimack.
Death Valley.
Yes. This island in the Indian Ocean is an autonomous region of Tanzania and the birthplace of Farouk Bulsara, better known as Freddie Mercury. Carito of Nashua South.
Zanzibar.
That is right. Singer Bob Dylan was born Robert Allen Zimmerman. He changed his name to Bob Dylan while attending the University of Minnesota. His surname, Dylan, was inspired by the name of this Welsh poet who wrote the poem Do Not Go Gentle Into That Good Night? Jack of Merrimack.
Dylan Thomas.
Correct. This nemesis of Batman is dressed to the nines in a tuxedo and top hat. He has been played on TV by Burgess Meredith and in the movies by Danny DeVito. Curtis of Nashua South.
The Penguin.
Yes. With an area of 10,554 square miles, this is the 7th smallest state in the United States and the 2nd largest state in New England. Harris of Merrimack.
Rhode Island.
Sorry, no. Nashua South. Shri.
Connecticut.
No, it is Massachusetts. Kermit the Frog was first introduced in 1955 and was originally voiced and performed by this creator of the Muppets. Shri of Nashua South.
Jim Henson.
Yes. Will Rogers, Jeff Goldblum, Johnny Depp, and Wishbone the dog have all played this protagonist from Washington Irving's story, The Legend of Sleepy Hollow. Shri of Nashua South.
Ichabod Crane.
Yes. These advisors to the Roman leader took their name from the Latin word senex, which means old man. Heiress of Merrimack.
Senators.
Yes. This snake is considered the national reptile of India. It can grow to lengths of up to 19 feet and is the longest venomous snake in the world. Jack of Merrimack.
King Cobra.
King Cobra is right. The first use of the legal word indict dates back to 1620. Spell indict. Jack of Merrimack.
INDICT.
Well done. This singer, who was blinded by glaucoma when he was a child, is known for songs like Hit the Road, Jack and Georgia on My Mind. He was the subject of a 2006 musical biography starring Jamie Foxx. Curtis of Nashua South.
Stevie Wonder.
Sorry, no. It was Ray Charles. Comedian and actor Bob Newhart played psychologist Bob Hartley on The Bob Newhart Show, Vermont innkeeper Dick Loudon in The Newhart Show, and Professor Proton on this sitcom. Heiress of Merrimack.
The Big Bang Theory.
Yes. All right, teams, our next question is a picture question, so go ahead and take a look at your monitors. The Latin name for this unique North American animal, Antilocapra americana, means American goat antelope, but it's not a member of the goat or the antelope family. It is the only surviving member of the Antilocapridae family, and it has been in North America for over 1 million years. Curtis of Nashua South.
Caribou.
Sorry, nope. That adorable animal is called a pronghorn. All right, teams. The album, The Rise and Fall of Ziggy Stardust and the Spider from Mars, a 1972 album by this glam rocker, included the songs Starman and Suffragette City. Heiress of Merrimack.
David Bowie.
Yes. This 1995 film, directed by Ron Howard, told the real-life story of an ill-fated attempted trip to the moon in 1970. Heiress of Merrimack.
Apollo 13.
Correct. At up to 30 inches in length and 26 pounds, this is the largest extant carnivorous marsupial. Shri of Nashua South.
Tasmanian Devil.
That is correct. This 1957 novel by Jack Kerouac is based on Kerouac's travels across the United States with his friends. Curtis of Nashua South.
On the Road.
Yes. Borscht is a soup with origins in Eastern Europe. It is usually served with a dollop of sour cream. It gets its distinctive red color from this root vegetable. Curtis of Nashua South.
Beats.
Yes. This band, known for songs like Go Your Own Way, Landslide, and Dreams, featured Mick Fleetwood, Christine McVie, John McVie, Stevie Nicks, and Lindsey Buckingham. Allie of Merrimack.
Fleetwood Mac.
Yes. This elaborate style of art, music, and architecture was popular in Europe in the 17th and 18th centuries. The style is seen in the works of the artists Peter Paul Rubens and in the music of Johann Sebastian Bach. Shri of Nashua South.
Gothic.
Sorry, no. Heiress of Merrimack.
Rococo.
Sorry, it is Baroque. This writer is known for his works set in the fictional Yoknapatawpha County, Mississippi, including his 1962 novel, The Reivers. I can never get that word right, but it's William Faulkner. And that sound ends round one, and at the end of round one, we have a pretty tight match here with Merrimack with a slight lead. All right, well done, both teams. We are going to roll right into round two. In round two, we're going to continue with the toss-up questions, but we're going to double the point value to 20 points. So 20-point toss-up questions, here we go. This black player received hate mail and death threats as he closed in on Babe Ruth's home run record. He broke the record on April 8, 1974, when he hit his 715th home run. He would go on to hit 755 home runs in his career. Shree of Nashua South.
Jackie Robinson.
Sorry, no. Jack of Merrimack?
Mays?
Nope, it is Hank Aaron. Hank Aaron. All right, teams, pencil and paper there in case you need it. What is the least common denominator of 1/2, 5/8, and 6/7? Shree of Nashua South.
56.
Correct. All right, teams, we have come to our Unitil Power question. So this is a double point question, 40 points, coming to you on your monitors. Take a look.
This band's song, Electric Barbarella, is a tribute to the science fiction film Barbarella. In fact, the band took its name from the mad scientist Dr. Durand Durand in the film.
Harris of Merrimack.
Duran Duran.
That's right. This author of the Canterbury Tales was the first writer buried in what is now known as Poets' Corner in Westminster Abbey in London, England. Harris of Merrimack.
Chaucer.
Chaucer's right. This Los Angeles Lakers player had an ongoing friendly but competitive rivalry with Larry Bird of the Celtics that began when their teams met in the NCAA tournament in 1979. Shree of Nashua South.
Magic Johnson.
You got it. This military installation in Fayetteville, North Carolina, is one of the largest in the world and was named for a Confederate general. Jack of Merrimack.
Fort Bragg?
That's right. Teams, what is the first book of the Old Testament of the Bible that tells the story of Adam and Eve? Jack of Merrimack.
Genesis?
That's right. This small European country is surrounded by France, Germany, and Belgium. Its capital city is, along with Brussels, Frankfurt, and Strasbourg, one of the capital cities of the European Union. Carrito of Nashua South.
Luxembourg.
You got it. In 1989, this singer, known as the Queen of Soul, became the first woman inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Keisha of Nashua South.
Aretha Franklin?
Correct. All right, teams, we have reached our 40th question of the match. This is our 40 for 40 question worth 40 points, and it comes from season 30. This Revolutionary War leader was accused of treason for allegedly negotiating with the British to make Vermont a British province. Jack of Merrimack.
Benedict Arnold?
Sorry, no. Nashua South? Sorry, it was Ethan Allen. All right, teams, identified as either A, B, or C, this viral infection leads to inflammation of the liver. Shree of Nashua South.
Hepatitis.
Hepatitis is right. You guys were locking yourselves out on those buzzers. All right, this Spanish artist is known for cubist works like Girl with a Mandolin, The Weeping Woman, and Les Demoiselles d'Avignon. Shree of Nashua South.
Frida Kahlo.
Sorry, no. Jack of Merrimack.
Picasso?
Pablo Picasso is right. This is the third letter in the Greek alphabet and the type of radiation that led to the Hulk. Carrito of Nashua South.
Theta.
Sorry, no. Merrimack? Jack?
Gamma?
Gamma is correct. This woman who served as the fourth Prime Minister of Israel from 1969 to 1974 emigrated with her family from Ukraine to Wisconsin in 1906, where she became a teacher. She emigrated to Palestine with her husband in 1921. We were looking for Golda Meir on that one. All right, teams, this Japanese multimedia artist and musician married John Lennon in 1969. Heiress of Merrimack.
Yoko Ono.
Correct. Marilyn Monroe's performance of Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend was the inspiration for this musician's video for her song Material Girl? Curtis of Nashua South.
Madonna.
Correct. In a 10-pin bowling setup, how many rows of pins are there? Curtis of Nashua South.
5.
Sorry, no. Merrimack. Jack.
4.
4 is right. In the American League, this player bats for the pitcher. David Ortiz famously played the position for the Boston Red Sox. Jack of Merrimack.
Designated hitter.
Correct. All right, that sound ends the round, and Merrimack extending its lead just a bit by a score of 320 to 220. All right, great rounds, teams. We're going to roll into round 3, which is our 3 strikes and you're out round. You know how to play. We're going to give you 10 questions in a category, give you 10 points for each correct response. We'll go down the line until 3 strikes and you are out. You also have 3 passes per team. Nashua South, we're going to start with you as the team trailing, and Shree, you get to choose from these categories: Rocket, Top Hats, and AT&T. Rocket, Top Hats, and AT&T.
Rocket.
Rocket. The answers to all of the following will include the word rock. All right, here we go. Shree, this artist and illustrator is known for his paintings of American life.
Rockwell.
Norman Rockwell is correct. Carito, this 1975 cult classic featured Meatloaf as Eddie and Tim Curry as Dr. Frankenfurter.
Pass.
Keshav, same question.
Rocker.
Sorry, it is the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Curtis, actor Dwayne Johnson wrestled under this name.
The Rock.
Correct. Shree, Brentwood is the county seat for this New Hampshire county.
Pass.
Carito, same question.
Pass.
All right, that is your third pass. Keshav?
Rockingham.
Rockingham is right. Curtis, you will find this genetically enhanced creature and friend to Groot in the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Rocket Raccoon.
Correct. Shree, this synchronized dance team is known for their high kicks.
Rockies.
Sorry, it is the Rockettes. All right, Carito, this NBA team won back-to-back championships in 1994 and 1995.
The Rockets.
Houston Rockets is correct. Keshav, this comedian and actor was on Saturday Night Live from 1990 to 1993 and was the narrator for the sitcom Everybody Hates Chris.
Chris Rock.
Chris Rock is right. Curtis, Elvis Presley, Carl Perkins, and Jerry Lee Lewis all performed this style of music that combines bluegrass and rock and roll and was sometimes called hillbilly music.
Blue Rock. Blue Rock.
Sorry, it is rockabilly, and that is your third strike. 6 out of 10 on your round. All right, great job, Nashua South. Merrimack, we turn to you, and Jack is team captain. You can choose from Top Hats and AT&T.
We would like AT&T, please.
AT&T it is. The answers to the following will all include a word or name beginning with the letters A, T, and T in that order. Jack, he was a lawyer in To Kill a Mockingbird.
Atticus Finch.
Correct. Connor, he was the ruler of the Huns from 434 to 453.
Attila the Hun.
That is correct. Eris, this is what your teacher might ask you to pay if you are daydreaming in class.
Attention.
Yes. Allie, Merrick B. Garland was sworn in as the 86th one of these on March 11th, 2021.
Attorney General.
Correct. Jack, this man who had escaped slavery was the first American colonist killed in the Boston Massacre.
Attic.
Sorry, it's Crispus Attucks.
Attics.
Connor, this is the first thing a teacher might do at the beginning of class.
Pass.
Attendance.
Attendance is correct. Allie, Aerosmith's third studio album, released in 1975, was titled Toys in the Blank.
Attic.
Correct. Jack, this New Hampshire ski resort in Bartlett, New Hampshire was built in 1938 by the Works Progress Administration.
Edinburgh.
Sorry, it is Attitash. Connor, a myocardial infarction is more commonly known as this.
Heart attack.
Correct. And Eris, this English broadcaster and naturalist is known for shows like Planet Earth and The Blue Planet.
Pass.
Allie, same question.
Attenborough.
I need a first name.
David Attenborough.
Correct. And that is your 10th question and 8 out of 10 on your round. All right. Well done, teams, on some tough categories. We're going to roll into round 4. In round 4, we're going to pick back up with the 20-point toss-up questions, but we are going to be deducting 20 points for any incorrect responses, so play smart and strategic. Merrimack and Nashua South, here we go. Good luck. Black Forest cake is named for a mountain range in this country. Allie of Merrimack.
Germany.
Yes. All right, you have paper and pencil there in case you need it. What is the sum of 1/5 plus 3/4 expressed as a fraction? Shri of Nashua South.
1920s.
Correct. In 1886, this man became to date the only president married in the White House when he married 21-year-old Frances Folsom. Didn't want to take a shot at that. It was Grover Cleveland. In a 1962 song, the Drifters told a girl that she could spend the evening with other suitors, but be sure to save the last one of these for the one who's taking her home. Curtis of Nashua South.
Last Dance.
That's right. This colorless and odorless corrosive liquid has a chemical formula of H2SO4 and was once known as oil of vitriol. Keshav of Nashua South.
Sulfuric acid.
That's right. French police detective Inspector Jacques Clouseau is the main character in a series of films bearing the name of this famous feline, which was a huge diamond in the first film released in 1963. Shri of Nashua South.
Pink Panther.
That's right. Teams, what state's unofficial nickname is Land of 10,000 Lakes? Keshav of Nashua South.
Minnesota.
Minnesota's right. In Greek mythology, she is the goddess of victory. Keshav of Nashua South.
Nike.
That's right. This element has an atomic weight of 12. It is a gray solid that is often used in laxatives and antacids. Curtis of Nashua South.
Magnesium.
Correct. There are 206 bones in the adult human body. How many bones are in an adult shark's body? Allie of Merrimack.
0.
Correct. Motown Records, founded by Berry Gordy as Tamla Records on January 12, 1959, was originally located in this city, also known as Motown. Keshav of Nashua South.
Detroit.
That's right. In Sandro Botticelli's painting, Birth of Venus, what is Venus standing on? Shri of Nashua
A
South.
clam. Like a pearl clam.
Sorry, no. Merrimack, Jack.
A seashell.
Seashell. At over 3.5 million square miles, this is the largest hot desert in the world. Eris of Merrimack.
Sahara.
That's right. You might use one of these to conduct an orchestra, twirl in a parade, or pass in a relay race. Eris of Merrimack.
Baton.
Yes. U.S. Route 1 runs 2,370 miles from Fort Kent, Maine to this city, which is the southernmost city in the contiguous United States. It runs all the way to Key West. This canine-inspired term that is often used to identify young infatuation was also a hit song for Donny Osmond in 1972. Allie of Merrimack.
Puppy love.
That's right. This play by George Bernard Shaw was the inspiration for the musical My Fair Lady. Eris of Merrimack.
Pygmalion.
That is correct. This poet and illustrator was known for his nonsense poems and limericks like The Owl and the Pussycat and There Was an Old Man with a Beard. Keshav of Nashua South.
Lewis Carroll.
Sorry, no. It was Edward Lear. Back in the day, you could rent VHS tapes for your favorite movies. What does VHS stand for? It stands for Video Home System. This 11th president was also the 13th Speaker of the House, and to date, the only president to have served in that position. Jack of Merrimack.
James K. Polk.
He is the one. This element can be used to fill a balloon or to make your voice high and squeaky. Eris of Merrimack.
Helium.
That is correct. This is the last question, and despite a late charge by Nashua South, it is Merrimack moving on to the Granite State Challenge Finals. Congratulations, Merrimack. We'll see you in a couple weeks for our final match. And Nashua South, congratulations on 2 great wins and a hard-fought, tough game today. You guys should be proud and hang your heads up high. That'll do it for us this week. We do hope you join us next week for our next semifinal match when the team from Londonderry High School takes on the team from Portsmouth High School. That'll do it for us. I hope you enjoyed the match. I know I did, and I learned a lot, and I hope you did too. We'll see you next week.
Major funding for the production of Granite State Challenge is provided by Unitil. Additional funding provided by NEA New Hampshire, Safety Insurance, New Hampshire Lottery, DF Richard Energy, HRCU, Cognia, and viewers like you. Thank you.